What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jackson Podcast. Today, Scouting Report. We're going to be breaking down our top 8 off-ball linebackers in this year's draft. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to the Jenks and the Hammer Podcast, bringing you the latest NFL news and insights from the perspectives of two die-hard fans. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some football talk with Jenks and the Hammer.
Hey, here we go!
All right, guys, starting off our list with the number 8 guy, Tommy Eichenberg, a guy from Ohio State who's a solid run defender, and he's smart when he's going to fill the gaps on run plays, and that's what you want to see out of NFL linebackers, especially in the run game. That's basically like the base level. If a guy's not good at defending the run, he's not making it to the NFL, let's be honest. He's a great motor for a linebacker, always looking to make plays whatever plays he can. And he does a great job of finishing tackles. I mean, you see it here in this picture. He brings the juice, and that's something that's very valuable in NFL locker rooms. The bad for him, he's decent at moving straight to fill the gaps. He has quick downhill speed, but his side to side and his turning and changing directions or going backwards to cover line or tight ends or other whatever crossing routes, whatever might happen in a zone coverage or a man coverage as a linebacker. He's not too quick at that. So he's got to improve, and his athleticism in general are just something that I'd like to see him improve once he gets to the league if he wants to, be a starter in the NFL. So for the combine wise, he was 16th total ranking among linebackers. Hammer wanted me to put kind of the direct score and everything like that, but he's 16th. And I mean, when you look at it, that's not great, but it's the skills on the field that kind of make him jump up all the way to 8 versus being that 16th ranking in the combine. And my projection for him is mid-day 3. So nothing too crazy, probably the 5th, 6th rounds. That's where I see him going. Then at number 7, we got Marist Liufau. I'm praying I'm not mispronouncing that. Guy out of Notre Dame. Reminds me of Ha'oli Kakaha. Way back when I was a Saints fan, that was like my guy. Like, it was the most random guy. Huge fan of him when he was on the Saints. But Notre Dame kid, 6'2", 234, pretty good in coverage and able to run with receivers, unlike Tommy Eichenberg that I just mentioned. He's a decent blitzer with good burst off the line, so he can kind of do a little bit off the ball as well as on the ball if you want to put him outside on the edge, things like that. Pretty good pursuit as well, and is able to make plays across the field. He likes sprinting around the field, and that's kind of something that is important to these NFL teams. The bad, he's not the biggest guy, which hurts him as a run defender, and that's why teams kind of rely on him as not a run defender, a edge defender, kind of blitzing or going to cover guys versus using him as a pure run defender. He's better in quick play scenarios versus plays where he needs to power through blocks. Again, run defense is not his forte, but he's able to do it to a decent level. On the combine, he was 22nd total among linebackers, and he was 14th athletically. He didn't have an RAS score, neither did Tommy, who I just mentioned before. And his projection as well is mid-day 3, so another 5th, 6th round kind of guy.
At number 6, Trevin Wallace, Kentucky, 6'1", 237 pounds. The good. He's got a really good explosive trigger step. It's always downhill. He's got really good pursuit. Good pass rusher. He's a good blitzer. He can come off the edge, takes the ball away. He's a sideline linebacker, has really good range. The bad, recognition. I think, he's got to diagnose plays better, but that just comes with experience. Patience. Sometimes he kind of over pursues, and that allows cutbacks. Coverage, and to that, kind of discipline, just stay in your zone. Don't get sucked in with the underneath routes, and then QB's going to throw right behind you. And then I think he's a good pass rusher, but I think he's got to be more explosive. More explosive. Combine, total score 76, which was 8th among LBs, 15th in production, and 1st in athleticism. He ran a 4.51 40, and his RAS score was 9.65. So he tested really well. And I got him going 4 to 5 round, 4 to 5. So he's going to be an early day 3 guy for me. Next one, we got number 5. We got Cedric Gray. I like Cedric Gray a lot. North Carolina, 6'1", 234 pounds. Got really good instincts. Maybe the best instincts in this class. Sniffs out screens really well. Plays downhill. Hits the gaps. He's got a nose for the football. Really good length. I know he's only 6'1", but Jenks have a good picture. It's kind of, if you watch him play, you watch the tape and you just see a picture of him. He does have really good length, even if he is just 6'1".
Wingspan.
Yeah, big wingspan. Pursuit, pretty good. Takes good angles, good coverage. He's athletic enough for, he can play man coverage too on top of zone. The bad physicality, and this is not a good bad trait. It's bad trait, for a linebacker. But I think he's got to prove on his physicality, and that's going to come with his size and just kind of putting on strength. He's got he's got to do a better job getting off blocks. He misses tackles a lot due to his pad level, and his pass rush ability is just not there. That's not really what he is. He's not like a Wallace from Kentucky. Total score of 80, which was third among LBs, first in production, and 10th in athleticism. And he ran a 4.6 40. So pretty fast. Not as fast as some of these other guys, but he tested pretty good at the combine. And RAS score was an 8.04. I got him in the same range as Trevin Wallace, kind of a round 4 to 5 guy. So pretty early. Next one we got number 4, and this is, I know there's
my guy right here. Love this guy.
I don't know why it's your guy, just because he's a white dude who ran fast, but everyone likes this guy. I think going into the combine, he was linebacker 4.5, and he had a really good combine. And we're going to get into that, but then now he's the number 2 or maybe even number 1 linebacker. I watch the tape; he's just not there yet. I think he has maybe the most potential, and the combine's attractive, and it's dare I say sexy. Like, we fall in love with these guys based on how they run and stuff. But I mean, you watch the tape; he's not the most complete guy out here, and he's got to improve upon things. So let's get into it. Payton Wilson from NC State, 6'4", 233 pounds. The play speed, right? We're going to get into the combine. Dude's fast. He can fly. It shows up on tape. It's not just combine speed. He's got a good frame. I mean, 6'4", big dude. He's a good blitzer, mainly, and that's ties into the other good, he's versatile. So he can play off ball. He can even play outside backer. He can rush the passer. So, he's versatile. You can do a couple of things. Coverage is decent. He's got good potential, right, with his size and speed. He's got a good motor. He's got strong hands. That comes from his wrestling background. The injury history. He's had 2 torn ACLs. He had a major shoulder injury in 2021, I believe. Strength's got to improve upon. He gets bullied. I mean, he's only 233 pounds at 6'4", so he's very slim. And pad level is too high, big dude. And on top of that, he's 24, so he's definitely one of the older guys in this class. Which
is as old as Chase Young.
Yeah, so I mean, that's not the most attractive thing. That's not the most attractive things for teams, because they want a young guy. They want a 21, 22-year-old who, they can develop, and they can, when he's reaches that point for his second contract, it's like, oh, now he's in his prime, where this dude's gonna be going for his second contract, and he's gonna be 28 years old already, 28, 29 years old already. So you factor that in, you're like, I'm only going to get the best out of this guy for 4 years. So, that's something to factor in. Not a lot, but something. The combine. So he had a total score of 81, which was second among linebackers. He was 5th in production, 6th in athleticism. He ran a 4.43 40 combine. The combine's good reason to why I can't talk today. The combine will be the reason why he's a day 2 pick instead of a day 3 pick. I think everyone had him kind of going like round 4, round 5, something like that. Yeah, now there's a very good chance. I think he's going to be the second linebacker taken off the board, probably mid to late round 2. But I don't see him making it past, the end of round 3. So that's kind of with his range, and that's due to the combine. He had an RES score of 9.81. And like I said, he's going to be taken in round 2 or round 3.
Yeah, Hammer, we love our RAS scores around here for sure.
We do. Packers and Saints. Yep.
At number 3, a guy that has been, I've seen mocked to the Saints a couple different times, and different guys did that, but Number 3, you got Jeremiah Trotter Jr., a little bit smaller end out of Clemson. He's 6 foot flat, 228. So obviously his size isn't anything that jumps off paper right off the bat. But the thing is, I think you said Cedric Gray was like the best
Instinct.
IQ guy. No, 100% Jeremiah Trotter Jr. here. And I'll give
instincts and IQ is two different things. So.
No, but I mean, if you have instincts, it goes along with IQ. I think it goes hand in hand. But I guess I see what you're saying. But I think IQ is definitely one and the same. He's a do-it-all linebacker. He can disrupt the pass, but also great in the run game and making plays in the backfield. This guy had 7 sacks last season. I think he had 6 in the prior. He has great IQ that shows up in the film. He's very quick to diagnose plays as they develop, not after, like a lot of linebackers you see in college. Does a decent job of getting around blocks quickly to make tackles. Due to his size, you kind of need that. You need a quick, agile way to get around defenders while staying in position. And like I already said, he's a great pass rusher, and I think that's something that a lot of teams are attracted to, being an inside linebacker. The bad, sometimes he's too quick to diagnose plays. If it's a misdirection, play action, things like that, sometimes he'll kind of jump into it and kind of take himself out of good position. He has trouble maintaining leverage once blockers do get attached to him. Obviously, his size, guys are able to kind of body him and push him around if they are able to get their hands on him. And I think I already mentioned how he tries to go quickly around guys. Sometimes he'll get himself out of position doing that, just on occasion. I'm hoping that he's able to work on that in the NFL, and I think NFL coaches will obviously get him to get out of that bad habit. At the combine, he had an 86 production score, which is second out of all linebackers, 21 bench reps, and 76 total ranking, which was sixth among all linebackers. No RAS score. Comparison would be Nick Bolton, and I have him going in round 3, possibly round 2 as well, because just kind of depending on where the linebackers start falling.
Yeah, and of course comes from a football family. His father, Jeremiah Trotter, Hall of Fame linebacker for the Eagles. So, that's attractive too for teams, football family. Number 2, Junior Colson from Michigan, 6'2", 247 pounds. I think he's the safest option at linebacker. I think he's the most NFL ready. I don't think he has the highest potential, but I think he's got a low floor. I think he's just going to be good backer, and that's that.
You mean high floor? High floor. Sorry.
Didn't I say that? No.
You said low floor. Low floor. But I see what you're saying.
Late night over here. Take it easy on me. All right. Well, let's get into it. Michigan, 6'2", 247 pounds. Good. He's really good in coverage. I think he's the best coverage linebacker in this year's draft. He did not test at the combine, so I'm interested to see what he runs. If he runs his 40-yard dash at his pro day, see what that is, what that looks like. He's got good reaction, diagnoses runs pretty well, uses his size when tackling. Instincts, really good. Takes on blockers the right way. Bad. Change of direction. Looks a little stiff in the hips, hand technique, it's something he's got to work on. Getting off blocks, hesitant at times. Sometimes he's got to trust it, hit the gap, go make the play. Sometimes he's a little patient. And then he's got to take better angles, on outside runs. Sometimes he can overrun it and dude cuts back. Sometimes he doesn't take the right angle and that dude flies right past him. Total score of 79, which was 4th among LBs, 13th in production, and 2nd in athleticism. No RAS score because he didn't test. I compared him to Willie Gay, and he will be. I think he's probably the
Willie Gay Jr. The Saints just got.
Yep.
Hell yeah! Look at that. Hammer's picking up. Look, good players. That's the Saints good. That's the Saints good.
He's gonna be mid, just like Willie Gay.
No, he's gonna be a dog.
Just like I said. I think he's gonna go round 2 to 3. It's gonna be interesting to see how these linebackers fall. I think the first 2 taken are probably going to be the guy I'm about to mention and Payton Wilson. And then after that, it's going to be Junior and Trotter. But I'm interested to see if the next 2, 3, and 4, if they end up in the back
section
around 2, or maybe they go round 3. That's going to be interesting to see.
Real real quick, Hammer. You said he doesn't have great hips.
No.
Oh, that's something you got to work on. You might have to take some lessons from like Shakir or something, because in the NFL, as a linebacker, your hips can't lie, man.
That was terrible. That was terrible. All right, moving on. I'm not laughing. That was, yeah.
Oh, I love you, Hammer. All right, continue.
It's weird. His hips look weird. His hips are weird, but he's also really good in coverage. It's a weird
So
combo.
His hips do kind of lie a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't look. It doesn't look right. He kind of looks like me. I have terrible hips, and I played safety. I'm not, but I wasn't that good in coverage, so I don't know. He's a good athlete. Happens. Next, number 1.
Continue. Sorry.
I can't even.
Edgerrin, or I think it's Edgerrin.
Edgerrin Cooper, Texas A&M, 6'2", 230 pounds.
Guy's a dog.
This is who all Packer fans are in love with. We need a linebacker really bad. He's the best in the class. So we'll see what happens. But let's get into the good. Freak athlete, good length, good speed, sideline to sideline range, doesn't take a play off. He's a block dodger, which can be good, can be bad. He was used a lot in college to spy on the quarterbacks. He sniffs out screens well. He's a good blitzer. He's decent in zone coverage, and he brings the boom. When he tackles, he's going to come, and he's going to bring the boom. He's definitely that enforcer. The bad. It loses track of the ball at times. So, it doesn't when they diagnose the plays, can just lose it in the line. Play action just gets lost a little bit. He needs to improve on taking on blocks. You can't use that dodge move forever. You got to use your hands. Do it the right way. He's undisciplined at times. Pad levels too high at times. Needs to take better angles. In the open fields, sometimes he's just over aggressive. Like I said, he's got a good motor. He doesn't take a play off, brings the boom. So sometimes over aggressive, over pursues the football. Total score 82, which was first among linebackers, 4th in production, and 8th in athleticism. He ran a 4.5140, so pretty dang fast. His RAS score was a 9.34. And his comparison is Devin Lloyd from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I got him going round 2. Early round 2, mid round 2. That's where I would expect him to go. I think he's going to be the first guy taken, unless the team really, really, really does fall in love with Payton Wilson, maybe his versatility, because they can use him as an edge rusher and an off-ball linebacker. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys fall. As a Packer fan, the 2 guys who I like, I would love Cooper in the second round. We have 2 second-round picks. We need linebacker bad. I could see us taking 2 in the first kind of 5 rounds, but I think if you get a guy like Cooper who, he's got that speed, he could be, he's got that speed. He could spy the quarterback. And then you pair him up with a guy in the 4th or 5th round, like a Cedric Gray to me, who I think you got to develop a little bit more, but I think that's a pretty damn good linebacker duo with Quay Walker already in the building. So that's 2 players for the Packer fans out there that I would keep an eye on for us. Jenks, that's going to do it for this episode. So Jenks, any closing thoughts?
None. I think I just want to say, like, linebackers this year, I think is a little bit overlooked. Like, yeah, there's like these top 4 guys, but there's like 5 through 6, like 5 and 6 are ranked. Like, those are 2 solid guys you can get in the later rounds of the draft. That fans should look forward to, look into a little bit. And I think that's why we're doing these episodes, just so you can kind of get a little bit of a introduction to these guys as we go along. And we got 4 more weeks till the draft, so it's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming quick. Well, with that being said, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Jenks Summer Pod. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube at Jenks Summer Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Kind of recap Wave 2 of free agency. I know Grayson's a happy guy. Made some moves today that we're going to get into on Thursday. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment who do you like? Who do we get right? Who do we get wrong? Teams, players that you think your teams would be interested in. And have a good week. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
See you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to the Jenks and the Hammer podcast. Remember to leave a review and follow all of our social media pages at Jenks Hammer Pod for more content. Until next time, who dat and go Pack Go!